We have a Zerg versus Zerg between Mogwai and Chronophobia for our next match on King's Cove Ladder Edition.
I just played a ZVZ against Mogwai to warm him up. I think from my past experience against Chronophobia, he should be able to handle this. But we can have a few surprises too. I don't think the other team is streaming, since in the lobby there's only a Renegade with us.
Well, if they are,
King's Cove.
shout out to that stream.
King's Cove, which is a weird map to expand for the Zerg.
Yeah, the third is in a slightly strange position compared to most maps.
I know for pro plays they expect the Zerg to expand their third in the triangle base, even if it's a Zerg expand, since it's closer and more closed.
So we have a good luck, have fun coming up from both players. Chronophobia spawning in the bottom right, and Mogwai spawning in the top left. With contrasting colors from each too, which is nice, purple and orange. These players know how to color coordinate.
So no cheeky build like the 13, 12 or 12 pull at the moment. 15 next pan on the right. Why is there a ping there?
That may have been me, or may have been another one of the people in the game that's observing. I don't think I did it though. We have a mirror build coming out from both so far.
No cheesy thing, unless there's a Ling flood coming a little later.
But we have a gas first from our Guns and Roaches player, Mogwai, indicating that we'll at least be a little bit longer before there's any shenanigans. Gas first as well for our Ris3n player.
Let's go for a standard ZVZ.
Oops.
If
Yeah.
standard exists in ZVZ.
Yeah, standard can come off, can be thrown off very quickly by other standard, quote standard play very commonly. So ZVZ is considered to be fairly volatile, but I feel like it's less volatile nowadays than it has been in the past. And we have a visit by my cat. Katie Cocaster. So I'm seeing a bit of a difference in the overlord positions from our players here. We have our Guns and Roaches player sending his overlords, I would say, in a more normal path, but Chronophobia is leaving his first overlord pretty far out from the natural. Have you seen this before from him?
Not really, probably just click them, but by doing that he's covering most of the path, except maybe here.
He's not seeing this this Ling move out at all. Luckily, he does have Lings back at his base, and he is going to spot it with his Lings moving across the map.
Yeah, but it's gonna be 6 link against 2.
Yep.
So, which is gonna deny every kind of scouting from the purple Zerg. It's getting a bait nest, not cutting the corners.
Looks like Chronophobia is bringing both his queens down too to help defend.
Mogwai didn't cut the gas. Neither did Chronophobia, but at the moment...
No Baneling nest coming out for Mogwai, but instead there is a Roach Warren and an Evo Chamber. Yes, and a fast lair.
That map is weird because as in ZVZ you cannot really wall well. So you can just create a smaller choke point if you want.
Yeah, walling here is a little bit odd because you need to have a creep tumor in order to put the last building in the spot beside the water.
Yeah. Mogwai is gonna check for both third, here and here, while Chronophobia has no idea at all what's happening in the base of Mogwai.
Yeah, he's playing completely blind right now. His His vision, he hasn't even scouted the base at all. He doesn't know how many drones are on the natural. He doesn't know if there is even a natural.
And
You can
here's
assume
the
that.
link flood.
And yes, here's the link flood.
10 more links, 12 more links in production. He wants to deny a potential third, but is there gonna have enough roach to hold this? I'm not sure. That link flood might just kill Mogwai.
There's only
Just
one
a little
roach in production
really
right
greedy.
now.
Yeah, absolutely nothing to defend that. If Chronophobia push with those links, and even those 4 more roaches won't hold that amount of ling.
Mogwai taking his third base, and this is a disaster for him. Seeing the lings at the last minute, and now he's fighting with the drones. This is not what he wants to do.
Yeah, but he has nothing else to do.
Nothing. The roach is even
As
going
he
the
should.
long way around the map, or long way around the hatchery, losing every drone save a couple from on the Vespine at the natural. Finally cleaning it up, but at what cost?
19 workers.
Yes, at
Yeah,
19 workers and probably the game.
Yeah.
Luckily, our
third started. The
yes.
roaches are coming out. So if he finds damage with those roaches across the map, he might be still in the game. Because you see the bank of the purple Zerg
It's
is
quite high, yes, and he's just now finished saturating his base. He's made drones this whole time while there's roaches marching across the map with speed. When there's not even a roach warren done for Chronophobia here.
Yeah, and I mean, he cannot spend this money. You don't have enough larvae on 2 base.
There's the roach warren. It's only 25% done. The roaches are at his front, breaking down the rocks. I'm not sure if this is worth it. I think he could just walk in right now.
Yeah, oh, you see spine crawlers coming for the purple Zerg?
This is I think a mistake.
Right, go up the ramp, go up the ramp.
Yes, he's just buying time here. He doesn't need this. All he's doing is opening up the ramp for that. Oh,
And it's worse for him.
yeah, and now he backs off. He did force some Zerglings if he can back off, but he can't beat the Zerglings back to his own base if he backs off all the way. All right, more reinforcing roaches now.
He's just forcing Morling out of the purple Zerg, but those, if they send them across the map, I'm pretty sure he wins the base rates. That amount of link kill a base way faster than the few roaches he has here. So.
And if he builds spine crawlers, he could have half the lings go across, half the lings defend, and then come back with the rest of the lings once he's killed off enough production. I feel
He
like
needs to do something.
our orange Zerg Mogwai is in a bad position here. He doesn't have a full wall off, and he only has 3 roaches to defend this massive ling run by.
Let's see if the purple Zerg coming back. He is, but Mogwai needs to find damage during the lings here, which he's not doing.
There's no third to attack. He just needs to go into the natural here. It was wide open. Unfortunately, not going to happen right now. Is he going to morph some banelings, do you think?
I don't think so.
A second army of roaches is starting to amass
And
back at
now
home.
The purple is splitting his army.
Yeah, so now the splitting army has begun.
But
Still,
you have a few roaches at home for
yeah.
Mogwai. He should be able to hold those links if they don't just run by. Which
Oh,
they're doing.
and a move command. The most tragic move command. Is he going to lose the
So
queen? He's definitely going to
saving
lose
those drones for a few seconds.
He's going to lose a few drones, but it looks like he is going to clean this up, bringing back the rest of the roaches.
Yeah, it was a beautiful F2 here, I think.
Yes, that was a brilliant F2. Yeah, sorry about that. I got the production tab back up for you now.
Now, in this amount of roaches, there's nothing on the side of the purple Zerg to defend that, but Mogwai showed that he's not ready to push anywhere.
Yeah, he's very, very tepid here. He's waiting for just the right moment, I suppose.
Yeah. And at this moment, if I saw no third at all from a Zerg, I would expect like a Nidus or like a Mutus.
Mutas, yeah.
And
You're on a
the Spire
timer
on
at
the
this
way.
point. The Spire, yeah, is about 40% done. You have... There you go. There's killing the
Mogwai
third.
has to push. He has to land the final blow like right now.
He has such an army advantage. If he just moves in and A moves, there he goes.
Same upgrade on both sides. It's gonna kill all those roaches, and let's Let's hope he's gonna do enough damage.
GG is called, and Mogwai takes game 2 for Guns N' Roaches. Well played.
Nice.
Look at the manners on our players here.
He's not leaving though.
No, he's not leaving. That's yeah, there you go.
So it's a 1-1 score. Mogwai is gonna play a second game.